prophet. God had not told him that he is a prophet. He hasn't been told to do that prayer. But he says, now I have to do this prayer. 13, verses 22. And there he's touching on David. So when Paul says, after he had removed him, he's talking about God. I'll tell you a story from the Bible that Paul was trying to relate. He's talking about God. So God has now removed the him. Who is the him? Who knows the Bible? Who is the him here? Yeah, you said you love David. You were telling me the other day. So who is the him who has been removed from being a king? Saul. Saul has been removed from being a king. And so God has actually chosen David, that just David is going to take over. Because he is a man who is after my will. He has a heart after me. And God is testifying that. So who is this Saul? Saul was the first king of Israel. And when this story is happening that we're going to relate now, he's been 2 years on the throne. He started very well, behaving very well, very humble in the beginning, is chosen by God. That's in 1 Samuel 10, verses 21 to 24. As he continues to be king, his heart then changed. Changes come for the best and for the bad as well. But his heart changed. What did Saul do wrong? What's happening now? We are in 1 Samuel 13. So, as he is a king, the Israelites are facing the Philistines, who were powerful and very oppressive. And Jonathan in the army of Saul, he's coming, he's telling Saul that there's going to be a war. So the angered Philistines. Can I have another mic? Thank you. So the Philistines are saying, we are ready for war with you, the Israelites. They are ready to fight. And the Israelites have become very terrified. And they were now hiding in caves, in thickets and pits, because they saw they were outnumbered. They were very, very outnumbered. So Saul is now waiting for Samuel. Who was Samuel? Samuel was a prophet. And what Saul knew was if they are going to face a war, they needed God's hand in everything. So he knew there was a prayer that was supposed to be done. Firstly, they were outnumbered. Secondly, they are very afraid because the Philistines are a strong army. Yeah, so Saul knew his army was outnumbered. He knew they were not that strong. But he knew they had to win. Because I said in the beginning, he was all right. He knew there was God. But you know what? The minute we have these statuses on us, we change. We start off being all right, and then we change along the way. So he knew there was a prayer that was supposed to be done. And the law was the prayer is supposed to be done by prophets. There were people who were put in place to do that prayer. And as they are waiting, now Saul starts to remember that, days are coming in and they are going. Samuel, who had promised to come and do this prayer for the army, is taking his time. And now he doesn't even know that since time is going, is he still going to come? Is he taking this army thing, this war seriously? Now he starts working his mind. And he thinks the right thing for me now to do is for me to take over. I know I'm not in this. But I will tell myself, you know what, I'm really going to treat this person, although I have not been trained to do that. So he hasn't been trained to be a prophet. God had not told him that he is a prophet. He hasn't been told to do that prayer. But he says, now I have to do this prayer. So he did the prayer. It was called a burnt offering. 1 Samuel 13 verses 9. So he's done the prayer, and as he finished to do the prayer, he's finished, and then Samuel arrives. Samuel is there now. The prayer has been done by a person who wasn't supposed to do it at that time. So Saul is now being asked by Samuel, what have you done? You have disobeyed our God's command. Will be all right. You've obeyed God's command. You've taken a role that has not been given to you by God. Only priests, prophets can do that sacrifice you've just done. And Paul is saying, I was so much afraid that you're not going to come. I just became very impatient. I had no faith. He had no faith. So I just ended up, instead of the army knowing that they're going to go into the war, a prayer not being done on them, I just thought I will do that prayer. So he did the prayer to just please the army, because the army had now started moving around. The army had now started, should I say, to run away from the army, because they knew the days were now coming by. Yes. So Saul says, because I saw that the people were scattering from me, soldiers were scattering from me, and that you did not come with the appointed day, or within the appointed days, and that the Philistines were assembling now, ready for the war. 1 Samuel 13 verse 11. He feared that the Philistines would attack before he sought the Lord's favor.